Which opportunities do you see within digital advertising?
Well, right now, everybody in the digital advertising space is talking about the big data. So data has become the hot topic right now, and how we can use data in digital advertising. So this is about being more relevant, being more accurate with our messages to the consumer audience. So what has happened the last few months is actually going from buying fixed placement on a media to looking in real time to see if we can find the right consumer and give him the right message at the right time. So being extremely relevant and starting with looking at what the consumers has been doing before he sees the advertising, using the data to be extremely relevant in our communication.
And how do you use this data to be extremely relevant? What do you do?
Well, we look at patterns. So we look at, for example, if you are the consumer, we look at what you have been doing. So we collect your behavior, your online behavior, look at what you have been seeing, look at what you are interested in, look at your demographics if you have been logged into a site. And then we combine all these different data sources and give you the right message or the right advertising message at the right time.
That sounds a little bit like Big Brother. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, we, as a media business or advertiser business, we can actually follow you and we can see what you have been doing because you leave data traces whenever you visit a website or you click on a banner or whatever you do online. But we must remember we don't save personal information about you. We only save your data traces and put you into a group. So it's not about you, it's about people doing the same thing as you are doing. And I think that as a media business, we have a big responsibility so we don't misuse the communication and we need to make sure that we don't do anything that the consumers don't want. So for example, when I bought a helicopter for my son at an online web shop before Christmas, I was followed the next 2 months with banners for the same helicopter. And I mean, that's brand stalking for me. That's not very clever use of my data traces because I already bought the helicopter and I'm not going to buy another helicopter for my son. So that's misuse for me of data traces and it doesn't give any good effect in the campaigns.
So what should be done instead? What's a good way to do it?
We should be very clever in analyzing the data and we should be very clever in learning how we can give you what you actually are looking for right now. So it's about relevant communication at the right time with the right messages to the consumer audience.
So it's all about timing, it's all about relevance and actual meeting the consumer's needs.
Yes.
So looking at the marketing budget, what share of marketing budget should ideally be dedicated to digital advertising?
That's a very difficult question because it differs from advertiser to advertiser. It differs from campaign to campaign based on what you would like to get out of your consumer advertising. In very general, I would say that between a third and half of the advertising budget should be used across all different digital platforms. So that includes display advertising, data advertising, search marketing, social media marketing and stuff like that.
Why not all of it with all these brilliant opportunities?
Because the nature of digital advertising is more about action. It's more about the last click, the last effect before the buy. And we still need the big screens, the TV advertising, for example, to get people into the market. So tell them the overall story about the brand. So I don't see digital advertising being as good a brand building media or storytelling media as TV is yet. I think we'll get there. But still, we need the combination of screens, we need the combination of media to get the best results out of it.
You think we'll get there?
Yes. But that's because I think the internet technology will go into every device we have at home. Today, many people in Denmark have a smart TV, so internet is already into the TV as well. So the technology will drive this transformation. You can see Flow TV, the normal Flow TV we see on our TV screen, is being more and more overtaken by Netflix, HBO and stuff like that. So the internet technology will be the biggest driver in our homes and therefore it will also overtake many of the other mediums' messages.
So what digital media platforms do you see as being most on the rise when talking about advertising?
As I said in the beginning, data is very much what we all talk about right now. So data is actually, you could say, the layer on top of all the traditional media platforms. So display advertising is becoming a bit old-fashioned, display advertising on top of newspapers online. But combined with data, it will get a new life. So I mean, the big thing right now is how we can get the right data and how we can implement it.